Yo, what's going on? This is Chocolate Amun Ra. Early in the morning. How y'all doing? Listen here, this is a message. It's a message to everything. Today's message to the black man. I use the code black as the color code text we use to try to identify that's not who we are. But we only use it right now because this is how people identify each other. It's sad that we do that, but this is what we do. So, we should be called melanated. We consider a darker race, but we got names like Negroes, Blacks, African American, Native American, so many different names they want to call black people because we don't come from a tribe. We're mixed. We're lost here in the wilderness trying to find identity. And then now they want to sit up there and give you your ancestors.com, put your spit and your swab into this little tube, whatever, and then find out this way where your ancestor is, and then you find out that you come from like at least 7 different freaking so-called tribes and nations and 4 or 5 different continents. I mean, serious, yo. It's unpredictable. So when I want to say this to my peoples out here, really think about what I'm about to tell you. Listen, black people, we need to stop being ignorant to each other. That's real talk. Stop being ignorant to each other. Why you hate me? What you jealous about me? You know what I mean? Why you being jealous for what I do? I get up in the morning to do what I need to do to sustain life. That's it. You don't need to sit up there and get mad what I got on and what I smell like and how much money is in my pocket. Resources for everybody. Resources to go out there and make a living and do what you need to do. That's it. Instead of sitting up in there, you're sitting around telling me I'm not going to work. Okay? That's your prerogative. You don't want to work, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to need to sustain life. And then, what I notice about black people, and I've been noticing that, but I've just been ignoring it. A lot of black people say, why you talk about other blacks? Well, who am I supposed to be talking to? Who am I supposed to be communicating to? I don't need to communicate to no other different culture but my own, because this is where I live at. This is where I live at. If it ain't this community, it's another community. So this is where I live at. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting up in here fighting each other and getting jealous of one another, for what? You don't go through what I go through. I don't go through what you go through, right? We all go through our own tribes and tribulations. All of us, it doesn't matter. Some of us problems are worse than others. You know what I mean? To sustain life, we all got family. That's one thing I know for sure. We all have family. Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, right? We all got family. So now, since we know that, we all got family. So what is the beef? What is the beef in the situation that we go through? It makes no sense. None for whatsoever. You understand? You need to go out here, find out your strengths and your weaknesses, then go out here and just make your living. Because at the end of the day, and let me tell you something, at the end of the day, no matter how you look at this thing, once we lay down into this grave, that's it. It's all over. No pain, no suffering. On this realm, it is over. And see, you don't understand that. You don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you get a taste of that, if you was in a hospital and you was laid up in a hospital for a very long time and you can't do nothing. Instead of sitting up there, you whining, you're complaining, fighting in the middle of the street like fucking savages. Literally. Fighting in the middle of the street for what? What are you doing that for? Why? Why you have to do this? It makes no sense for whatsoever. So why do you do these things? And I always say it, and I'll say it again. We are not a tribe. We live in collectively single components. That is the way we do things now. Okay? If you got a neighbor, you gotta look out for your neighbor. I know we all doing our own thing and trying to make our own, and make ourselves happy with our, our husbands, wives, and family. But yo, we gotta stop acting like savages out here, yo. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You really got some people who don't give a, excuse my language. You got some people who really don't give a fuck, yo. They out here acting like savages. That they can't control their emotions. They can't control their behavior. You understand? And stop pointing the finger talking about the white man did this and the white man did that. Man, this is 2018. If you want to be honest, you want to be technically honest right now, you can't even use that shit for a fucking excuse. That shit is bullshit. That shit is bullshit. You can't even sit there and talk about the white man did this. The fucking white man ain't do shit to your ass in the last fucking probably 100 fucking years. Let's be technically about that shit. In the last 100 years, think about what the fuck I'm talking about. Think about what I'm talking about. It's just as simple as that. In the last 100 years, think about what I'm talking about. Huh? 200, 300, 400 years, I can understand that. But the last 100 years, even in the last 50 years, huh? Break it down to you. You had criminal enterprises, right? Criminal enterprises, these guys was making millions of dollars. Why you tell me these people wasn't trying to transform their criminal enterprise into a profitable business? I'm not saying they didn't try to do that. I'm not saying that they're not doing it, but let's be honest about this thing here. You understand? Let's be honest. So, and we know, not even if, but we know, black people are just incredibly smart. I don't care what any one of you say. Black people is incredibly smart. Yes, they are. You just don't come from nothing and then all of a sudden you making millions of dollars. You just don't do that. I don't care what fucking lifestyle that you live in. You just don't do that. That just don't happen. This happens because you have a mind and your mindset was to make this money, and to make this money, that's what you did. Instead of worrying about everybody else and becoming criminals. Now we can go back in ancient times, and if you go back in ancient times will definitely show you evidence. Black people sold each other. Whatever you like it or not. I know a lot of us don't want to sit there and talk about it. We want to be not ignorant, but the fact we want to sweep the shit underneath the rug that black people have been trying to hurt each other since the beginning. But you got to understand, in those days, they didn't look at a color code text. They didn't do it that way. It wasn't a color code text formula. It was based on the fucking tribe they was on, what nation they came from. That's what it always was about. It never was about, oh, he's black, I'm black, so we all need to stick together. That's not going to happen. It will never happen because that's not how we live. So when you begin to understand that concept that we're not black people, that's just an identity that's stamped on Negro, Negress, black African American, okay, American, which we really are. We're born and raised here in America. If you're born and raised here in America, that's really who you are. Your nation is American, period. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not American. Your descendant is a possibility is from Africa. Your descendant is probably from Africa. Or your descendant could be from, they're just right here South of North America, from the Indians. And then you got people sitting up there talking about that bullshit too, talking about, oh, now everybody want to be Indian. Come on, man, get the fuck, they was here in this land first. So let's put two and two together. Let's start playing semester games. Start playing semantic games and shit like that. Fucking black people complain about every little shit. You know, you can't be Indian, you can't be African, you can't be this, you can't be that. There's always somebody pointing the finger. Oh, that's what you are now? Literally, man, shit's fucking crazy. Yeah, so this is part one of the message to the black man and woman. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra. Peace.